Guys, it seems to me that higher rates, higher vols should be good for many of these banks. One stock that hasn't behaved itself over the last week or so, there's been many, but here's one. It's Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank trading down near the lows of the crisis times of 2016. Here we are on the screen over a 5-year period, off by 57%, but it's taken a beating over the last week as well. I'm still wondering what the optimal kind of business model is as a European bank right now. Do you try and compete with your Wall Street peers, David? What does that business look like? Not just for Deutsche Bank specifically, but for a European lender. What are you meant to do? The economy's doing well. Rates are starting to pick up. Maybe volatility's returned. Surely that's a recipe for decent bank performance.
Well, it should be. I mean, I think trying to focus on sort of the bread and butter banking and taking advantage of the growth in the European economy would help. It would also help, of course, if the European Central Bank moved to positive rates, and unfortunately that's not likely to happen until 2019. But watching the financial sector over the last month or so, both in the US and around the world, I mean, every institution has got its own idiosyncratic issues. So it's really not, I don't even think of it as a sector. You've really got to look at this company by company.
Julian?
No question. But when you look and step back at the big picture, we know that deregulation in the US, or lack of regulation, relaxation, is a tailwind. We know that higher rates is a tailwind. The third piece of the puzzle that's been missing, if you look, the major money centers and so on have been complaining about lack of volatility, hurting the trading revenues for the last 2 years.
So get me to the quarterly earnings report. That is in the rear view mirror now. Get me to the quarterly earnings report in a couple of months' time. Do the banks turn around and say this was good, or do they say it was the wrong kind of vol? It was bad volatility.
We think they're going to say this is good.
The good banks should say it was good because they were positioned correctly, right?